somebody's gonna have to do something with this laundry room, man. And even though Dark 1985 still got the pantyhose on the wall again, now he's starting to make some sense, man. Maybe it has more to do with the fact that people told him for the past 3 to 4 years, that consoles will never outperform a PC, even if it's low budget. Now that he finally got one, now it's all starting to make sense. He's finally hitting the realization, and now he's starting to understand the concept of a PC as well as a video gaming console.
Sick and tired of people blaming me for buying an Xbox Series X and wanting the Xbox Series X to do what the box says, to do what Microsoft had promoted, to do what
people... And this same thing could apply to PlayStation, because I think you guys completely forgot about the whole point of a gaming console. A gaming console had physical games, exclusivity, which is why you people are bothered that a lot of your games are going to PC. And that's what made a console a console. A lot of these games was capped at 30. I guarantee a lot of these PlayStation fanboys wouldn't be capping so hard, right, for these games being at 60 if they weren't inevitably going to PC. Because they weren't complaining during PlayStation 1, 2, or 3, not even PlayStation 4, and now all of a sudden there's a problem. Because consoles are finally losing their identity. No matter if you play on PS5 or the Series X or even the Series S, bro, there's barely that many differences in the consoles that you're buying. Back then, you bought the GameCube for Luigi's Mansion and Mario Sunshine. You bought the PS2 to play, well, I did, Extermination and Jak and Daxter, right? When most of their fans bought it for third party. When you bought an original Xbox, you bought it for Halo, Brute Force, and Blinks the Time Sweeper. Well, guess what? People ain't doing that no more, man. Y'all barely even did it back then because you know why? Gaming was niche. Nobody cared about gaming. Matter of fact, gaming is way more popular now, except the only difference is you people buy and play less games now. Even though we was a small minority, we went out there and bought majority of the games that we wanted to play. You got more gamers now, but a lot of them are just playing the same old thing.
Were telling me that it could do. Strong, powerful system, run games at 60 frames. That's all I wanted.
Then go to PC. And, like I said, that is where you're going to get those experiences. Matter of fact, I have a friend, right, that plays Doom Eternal at 1080p at 300 frames per second. And guess what? If he upped up the resolution, which his PC will be capable, the frames, he told me it's not worth the compromise. Because at the end of the day, 1080p and 4K, the differences start becoming more negligible. At least that's what he told me. It's not worth the compromise. So he would rather play Doom Eternal at 1080p at 300 frames per second on his PC. Because when it comes down to performance, PC will always be the best option.
I wanted. People kept blaming me for buying the console, telling me I should have purchased a
Because you don't understand the concept of a console. Consoles used to have, well, I don't know if they still have physical media. I mean, they kind of do to a certain degree, and exclusive games. This is why PlayStation ponies are upset at a lot of these games going to PC. And the funny thing is, if you guys are talking about performance modes, that's embarrassing because guess what? The PC, when it comes to performance, is the best. So any game getting ported to the PC is always going to be better because they'll be able to run your games at a higher performance. Well, they can't get the 4K resolution, but guess what? They probably can achieve that and still get more frames per second than you. At the end of the day, consoles will cease to exist, and I told you people this already. Every time you people used to argue with me for years, man, I'm telling you, even way before I even started doing YouTube, all you people would argue with me, calling me crazy. Oh, Gamester, you don't know what you're talking about. I've been saying this for years. So for any of you people to discredit me and tell me, oh, Gamester, everybody else is doing it, you're not the only one. They only was doing it now. I don't want to hear that. Y'all only started doing it this generation. Bro, I started saying this during the Xbox 360 and the PS3 when Sony had their PC gaming division. Why do you think I bring that up? You know why I bring that up? Because those were the things that was going on. And all of a sudden, y'all want to take credit from me? Now, I'm not saying I'm the only person that was doing that, but the people that I associate with, because there's a few people that I do, right? His name is All Eyes on Jet. We've been talking about this for over 10 to 15 years. Okay? You people just don't want to hear the reality, bro. Every time I would bring this up, you're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Now look at it. You know, you laugh now and you cry later. And guess what? Yes, this is going to hurt the gaming industry. But guess what? I don't care because I can't sit there and say I didn't warn you people. I've been warning you people for over 15 years about the direction of video gaming. I said the same thing when Resident Evil 5 was locking DLC on the disc, and you people went out there and bought it anyway. Well, I don't care. It's only $5. What, you can't afford $5? I told you, if you guys support these practices, they're only going to get worse. And look what happened. Season passes, microtransactions. We told you. You guys was paying for things even though you didn't have to. Things that should have been included with the full game experience. And now you guys out here complaining about Outlaws locking the Jabba the Hutt missions through season passes when y'all support them throughout the PS3 and 360? Man, get out of here.
PC instead. I went ahead and I purchased several PCs. I've actually purchased 3 PCs if you really think about it. I got this generation. I got an Asus ROG Ally. That's a handheld PC. Or whatever. I'm going to get about 45 frames. That's still more than what the Xbox Series X can do. And to me, that was a disgrace.
And the crazy thing is, bro, and another thing I'm seeing in the comment section, you guys are like, well, I'm finally getting 60 on a lot of my games that the PS5 and the Series X can't. But then I look at the comment and he said that he paid $1,200 to do that. The Xbox and PS5 are $500. You know, you would automatically assume if you spent more money on something that it'd be able to do more impressive things. Okay? That's what you people weren't understanding. And that's why PC gamers told you that it's more of an investment to invest in PC than buying these $500 Lunchable boxes. They told you this, these Happy Meal consoles. Okay? They told you this. And y'all like, oh, I can't spend all this money at one time. I can't spend $1,000. I can't do all this. I can't keep building. I like my stuff already made and created. Even though you got stuff like PC part building and all this. I mean, come on, bro. You console peasants, man, just take your L, bro, and go home. Go home. Take your L's, bro. And the funny thing is, I'm still going to be a console gamer because, like I said, we still have some forms of physical media. But once that is gone, I am going to PC to continue the next generation of gaming. And I'm going to probably more likely be happy. Okay? Obviously, the gaming industry is on its last legs, and they're trying to do everything imaginable to keep gaming afloat for everybody, even for the hardcore. But unfortunately, these casuals don't care. They don't buy these games, man.
That didn't fly, but apparently I'm the only one that thinks that way, and a lot of people disagree with me. So it's okay for you to disagree with me. That's not what this video is about. This video is, do you really understand who Xbox is? I know at the beginning of this generation there was a problem with identity, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think we had it all wrong. I thought Xbox did not know who they were. No. Xbox knows exactly who they are.
And this is the whole identity thing, man. What, PlayStation got Crash Bandicoot, Nintendo with Mario, Sega with Sonic. Bro, these days is over. Like, what's wrong with you people, bro? Back then, even during the PS3 and 360, they had it with the Halo, the Gears, right? The mascots, the platform, as well as Sony, what Uncharted and maybe Sly Cooper or whatever. Those days is over, bro. Those days have been finished ever since the PS3 generation ended, and yet for some reason, you people carried it on to the PS4. Like, you gotta ask yourself, man, you people are a joke. Like, for real, bro. I've said this during the PS4 when it first came out, man. When I seen that PlayStation was using PC gaming architecture, I already knew that gaming was gonna shift towards this. I already knew it. And then the fact that you had to install your games, it was talking about digital rights management back then. I already knew that these things were going to get worse. Y'all like, oh no, I never thought. Yep, I knew it. Why do you think these things was introduced? And for you people to say, oh, GameStop, everybody's doing what? No, they're not. Because my dad taught me this at an early age. My dad taught me, because he been gaming for way longer than I have, of course, because he's older than me. And he told me, he said, every time they introduce something, that's what they're trying to push. My dad used to teach me. He's like, you see this attachment, son? You see the thing underneath the Genesis? Sega's got to have an attachment for it. You see the N64, which my dad did. I had to tell my dad. He said they never released it, but I told him it dropped in Japan. You see the N64 expansion thing underneath? Obviously, I'm just kind of making the voice sound funny. You see that, son? They're trying to plan something there. That's what my dad told me. That's what old gamers would do, bro. The funny thing is, a lot of you people didn't grow up playing video gaming, so obviously you people... Did you guys know that the PlayStation 1 was going to have online? Did you guys know that Tenchu 2 was supposed to have some form of online play? Did y'all know that? With the adapter in the back? I bet y'all didn't even know that. I bet y'all didn't even know. In Tenchu 2, it's even mentioned on the back of the cover that you could play the game online with the created levels. And like I said, man, it's sad we didn't get a chance to see it, but it was pretty impressive, man. You know, and at that time, the PS2 came out, and that's when they pushed it, right? So that goes to show you, man, that these companies have been thinking about these practices for quite some time, man. How about the PlayStation Broadband Navigator? Y'all don't want to talk about these things, man. The PlayStation 2 with the hard drive, the hard disk drive you could put in that platform. Some adamant gamers were using that. Using, what was it? Because now I use OPL, but what was it? Oh man, I forgot. OPL is way better now because you can just have them downloaded. What was it? Where you can just put the PS2 game, you can install it to the hard drive. Because I used to know people that would they'll use their I bet y'all don't even know this. They'll use their PS2, right? Hard drive, install the game on it. I forgot there's a particular thing for it. Install it, and then bring the game back to Blockbuster. Yep. I bet y'all don't even know that. Huh? What? And then you didn't even have to have the game in it. You didn't even have to have the game. He would literally take the CD, install it in his PS2, return it back to wherever, and then play the PS2 game from his hard drive. Yep. You could do that back then. I forgot what it is, man. Like, I'm so good with this, but I can't remember. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about.
Geniuses. Because I literally just disconnected my Xbox Series X, and that wasn't just a skid or anything like that. It's not connected to my TV in my living room anymore. It's not. I literally just put it in a box, put it on my son's bed, and I said, "Hey, if you want to disconnect the Series S and connect the Series X to that monitor."
Oh wow! So you finally gave your son the Series X, man. He's done. So now he's essentially saying that playing on a gaming console is for kids. Remember when I said that, guys? Gaming consoles are for kids. This is sad. Like, you know what? And he has a valid point. Video game consoles are now for children. Remember when back in the days you would see these at Toys R Us and, video games would be in the toys department? Gaming is becoming that. Y'all like, huh? It's so funny that if you start realizing these revelations, you know how gaming first started? They used to put it in the kids department. Guess what? Consoles are now going back there. History repeats itself. Right? Because now gaming consoles are being treated essentially no different than a toy. And the big man, they want to play on the PC. That's what it's becoming. And the only reason as to why we play it on consoles because of the quality exclusive games, no matter what the frames were, the quality of games that we had, that PC did it. Now that PC has access to all these great quality of games and emulation and whatever have you, what is the point of a gaming console? And once you lose physical media, it's all over.
You're more than welcome to. It's up to you. And he was like, we'll see if the hassle's worth it. Okay, we'll see the hassle. If not, we'll leave it in a box. I'm not lying to you. But here's the thing. Even though I disconnected my Xbox Series X, I'm still gaming on Xbox. Because Xbox...
And this is why when Microsoft told you that everything is an Xbox, they meant that. The PlayStation 5, I'm gonna hit these PlayStation 5 with some cold hard facts, and it's gonna completely go over their head. Your PlayStation 5 is an Xbox. Huh? No, it's not. No, it's not. My PlayStation 5 not. It is. Your PlayStation 5 is an Xbox. Your games use Windows operating system. How do you think Sony's able to port those games? Matter of fact, Microsoft runs your own subscription service. Look it up. Don't even take my word for it. Look it up. Look up who runs your subscription service and your cloud service. Microsoft. Your PlayStation 5 is an Xbox. Your games use the Havoc engine. Your console is an Xbox. Microsoft was completely right when they said that. Your whole PS5 is an Xbox. That's not a PS5. That's an Xbox. We got... This is gonna go completely over these ponies' head, and it's gonna, and that's why I'm laughing, because it's so true. Your PS5 just became an Xbox, man. Microsoft literally, they did the baby from Dragon Ball GT, man. They took over baby Vegeta's body, and now it's Microsoft Vegeta console. That's theirs now. The Tuffles
is a platform. The problem that I have with all of this is when content creators make it seem as if it's your fault that you expected something from the Series X.
It is, because the problem is you was ill-informed, and like I said, the same logic can also apply to PlayStation. So let's just say consoles, okay? You people bought into the lies. Sony did this, including Microsoft. They're both equally responsible in lying to you console peasants, saying that these consoles can do this. But also, let's remember, they never said that it could do next generation games. They just told you that it could. PlayStation 5 is the biggest liar because they told people that their platform could do 8K and we haven't seen one 8K game. So who are the bigger liars here? Microsoft or Sony? Microsoft does have games that do run at 4K 120, which happen to be exclusive. Old games, mind you, but nonetheless, games that do. PlayStation, on the other hand, there's not one PlayStation exclusive that runs a game at 4K 120 frames. Forspoken has 120 frames per second mode, and the game instead runs at 40 FPS. Obviously, they're making these modes for PC. They're not making these modes for you because you guys might say, well, we have the option, but guess who's going to be fully taking advantage of those options? PC gamers. That probably explains as to why Sony's putting these options in the first place. Not for you PlayStation ponies, but for the PC gamers that get these games ported. Oh, let's go. Yep. You cannot beat me in no arguments, man. GameStop with another W, man. Matter of fact, I might even want to sell t-shirts. Like, yeah, would y'all buy a t-shirt that says GameStop with another W? Man, I should be making merchandise out of this.
Not be in the same blessed position that I am, where you can look at the Series X, be disappointed,
GameStop 64.
Say, okay, I'm done with it. I'm gonna go ahead and get a PC, but you still give me an Xbox. You might be stuck with that Series X. That might be the only thing that you got that your conscience lets you be like, okay, I gotta rock this out. And I think it's messed up that people are trying to convince you that because you're a console gamer, you should expect less. You are allowed to expect less.
No, I'm not going to disagree with that, but also I'm not going to expect more than what the console can do, though. This is not the choo-choo console that could. That's what you people have to understand. You got to look at what it's on paper and look at it. It's a console. I'm not saying just because this is the whole thing, the settling less. You know, why are you defending Hellblade? You are settling for less. No, you are settling for less if you're allowing a company to run a game on Unreal Engine 4, which Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is, which means that the game's on an outdated gaming engine. But just because it achieves 60, that to me is the same thing. You guys can sit there and say Xbox gamers are doing it, but PlayStation gamers are doing the same thing. Running remakes at 4K 60. That's the same thing. You're expecting less. You should say that we want next generation games, Unreal Engine 5 games running at 4K 60. And trust me, you're not going to get them. You're not going to get them. So I don't know why you people keep thinking that you're going to get this out of a $500 Lunchable, man. Like I said, man, go back to McDonald's and trade in your Happy Meals.
But listen, man. That's no longer my fight. It's no longer my fight. I get it. I understand why those people that have PCs will sit there and look in your face and will tell you to stop complaining about 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
Because we have the options to play at higher frames. So you're right. Hey, you, stop complaining about 30 frames per second. Yeah, I don't care about you. Yeah, we don't care about you. Yeah, everyone has a PC and has an Xbox channel. They don't care.
Dog, stop acting like you're an adamant PC gamer, bro, because you only bought PC because you couldn't you couldn't keep dealing with the cap that you was doing in regards to Xbox. Now you out here want to run the PC because you don't feel comfortable in your own skin playing on the gaming console. I have a lot of PC gamers that follow my channel, and guess what? Most of them don't care, man. Most of them really don't care, but they're not going to allow people like you to bash other people's platforms and talk this poorly about the competition when, to be honest with you, all you guys is doing is hurting yourself. Now, they will clown on you, but they only clown on you because you guys are doing clown behavior, okay? Most PC gamers don't care. They don't care.
They don't care about you. They don't want you to complain about the Xbox Series X. Just get yourself a PC as well, right? I have options.
They look at it like if it's that bad for you, go buy something else. Like I said, a lot of PC gamers says, hey, I can't deal with the 30 FPS. Instead of them complaining, they went out and got a PC. They're not sitting there saying, oh, you PS5 and you Xbox gamers, y'all need to go trade your systems. They're just playing on what they feel is reasonable to them. My friend did the same thing. I said, yo, you ever coming back to consoles? He's like, no, I'm not coming back to consoles. I enjoy playing Doom Eternal at 1080p, 300 frames per second. That's just what he used to, but he never made fun of me for wanting to play Doom Eternal on the Series X. See, you people are it's just something's physically wrong with you people to the point where it's just like, y'all are that attached to these console wars that you people can't even see the reality in front of you, man. None of this is even going on. You are literally fighting with yourself.
The options, get yourself a PC, right? See, that don't sound right? What? Right. I'm done, man. Because people.
This man shaved. Let's remember, guys. He talked about Xbox Series X hold the line. This man has shaved his head. You know, this man engaged in this console war like no other. Him and his brother Porter Rock. and now he out here waving a white flag, talking about, oh, I'm on PC.
No better, still want to go ahead and believe the hype. Still want to go ahead and cling on to the Xbox Series X. Now I look at the Xbox console as Microsoft's downfall. I want
Oh, really? Oh, is that how you see it? Well, you know what the funny thing is? See, and this is the discredit that y'all do. How come you don't throw PS5 in the same equation? I go as far to say that PS5 and the Series X are in the same situation. Bro, we already know what you're doing, man. And this is why people call you out on your garbage, because you say that you try to be neutral, but then you go around saying comments like that. If it wasn't for Microsoft helped revitalize PC gaming. Why do you think people play on PC now more comfortably? PCs back then didn't really have the type of game variety that you used to see out of a gaming console. Microsoft helped revitalize that. Microsoft is a PC company, okay? They letting people enjoy their games everywhere. They don't care, man. That's what Microsoft's vision is. See, now I can understand why you don't understand, but to me, it boggles my mind when I see people like Dreamcast guy, which happens to be an alleged Sega fan, but yet for some reason he don't know that. That just goes to show you that he's not a real Sega fan. That's why I like Microsoft, because they still share some of the same rudiments that Sega had. That's why I enjoy that company, right? So what you people don't realize, man, is that you guys are fighting some fictional war to a lot of people, man, that it just doesn't make sense to us, man.
Microsoft and Xbox, listen to me, to focus fully 120% on Game Pass. Don't worry about selling the Xbox Series X. Don't worry about a commercial about the Xbox Series X. Don't worry about releasing the tools. I don't care about RDNA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't care about none of that anymore. I don't care because I got a PC now.
And you're still not going to play games. So you upgraded to a PC and you're still not going to play games. You know what I'm saying? This goes back to his point when he talked about hardcore gamers play on PC. Bro, you're a casual. I don't care what type of frames per second you're getting out of your PC. You will never beat me in Gears 5. I don't care if you got 1,000 frames per second. You're not beating me in Gears 5. Okay? So whatever this hardcore gamer stuff that you trying to put yourself on now so you can avoid criticism, bro, I'm telling you right now, man, it ain't working. You're making yourself look worse by doing it. That shows you that of all those years that you was capping for Xbox and gaming consoles finally came to an end. Because you're doing this to stop criticism.
I don't care.
He went as far to say, well, I could run Helldivers 2 better on PC, which you're probably more likely true. But hey, PC is a better gaming performance option.
Now, the only thing I'm going to complain about is Game Pass, because where are those Activision games? Where's Call of Duty on Game Pass? How come we don't have that yet? That's the only thing I'm going to talk about. And for all you idiots out there that are always wondering, how come you don't talk about Sony anymore? This and that. I don't play on PlayStation. That platform is trash to me. I don't play on it. How am I going to talk about something that I don't play on?
So why do you talk about Xbox even though you just said you don't play on Xbox? You still bring up Xbox because Xbox is still PC. Why would a PC gamer hate Xbox when they're out here enjoying the rudiments of Microsoft through Game Pass? They don't care, bro. See, that's what I don't understand, why you bash people that play on Xbox. So if you're bashing people that play on Xbox, you might as well just bash people on PC, because a lot of PC gamers are enjoying these Xbox games too. So what is this whole thing? I don't
understand why people get mad. Don't talk about Sony, this, and that, whatever. I don't play on that garbage. I haven't played Rise of Ronin. I'm not playing Final Fantasy Rebirth. There's nothing to play. When I say there's nothing to play over there, when I look at that side over there, it's barren. I'm telling you, you think I'm your enemy, right? You think like, oh, Doc is a punk.
Because you got to you want to come at this in a situation when you want to come off as being neutral, and we can clearly see that you're not. I'm starting to think that Dark 1985 is not as stupid as he appears. Matter of fact, a lot of people told me that this man's just trolling. You know what I mean? He's grifting, because I don't think he's really that foolish, right? I just think he comes with these takes to have a different perspective, but a lot of your different perspectives don't make sense. But go ahead.
About whatever, dog.
So when you say that Xbox is trash, then you're also saying PC's trash, because Xbox helped revitalize PC gaming. They did. And now PC gaming is probably one of the most preferable options to want to play gaming now because of what? Xbox. Microsoft.
Play PlayStation. Some of your favorite YouTubers play more PlayStation than I do. I don't play PlayStation. I don't play none of that trash over there. I'm the realest one you're going to meet. I promise you this. I'm also not going to lie to you either. You paid $500 for a console that's barely better than the $300 ones. or $250 one.
And that is another good point.
I just make too much sense, bro. Hellblade is going to have a downgraded version. They're already making a downgraded version. It's the version that's going to
But
run on.
see, but this also goes back to the point that you just said earlier. PCs are not consoles. See, this is why I don't understand why you keep bringing up these points. We knew this for a long time, guys. It's like you're saying that, oh, we know Hellblade 2 is not going to outperform the version on PC. Just like we know all these exclusives dropping on PS5 are not going to outdo their PC counterparts. That's not the argument we should be having. We know that. You pay more money for a PC, you're going to expect better results. You paid $500 for a gaming console. But the fact that consoles are losing exclusivities and they're losing all these other factors also means that consoles have just became a more affordable option to the entry point of a PC. That's all consoles have become. People didn't say that back on PS2. I'm not picking up that PS2 because it's 30 frames per second. No, they picked it up because it was an exclusive, a game that you could only play on PS2. It wasn't on PC, it wasn't on Xbox, and it wasn't on GameCube. Same thing with the OG Xbox. So exclusivities is the reason why people picked up consoles. Because if we didn't have exclusives back then either, people probably would have already abandoned consoles, no different than they doing now for PC. And the only reason as to why exclusives have died is because the gamers have failed. I'm going to say it. You guys have failed these companies, and they have every right to take these approaches because every time they drop games, y'all didn't support them. Microsoft, Sony, and some games from Nintendo. Y'all support the same old franchises, and that's why y'all, we don't get no F-Zero, we don't get no Metroid Prime 4, because you people ain't gonna buy them. Keep buying them Mario games. You got Mario Party, you got Marty Partying, you got Mario driving carts, you got Mario slugging, you got Mario golfing, you got Mario hockey, you got Mario everything. Because you know why? Because that's all you people play. You even got Mario Bros. Wandering around. Okay? Mario Bros. Traveling the Odyssey. Mario Sunshine. Like, I mean, you can't make this up. Like, this is, you people is the reason as to why the gaming industry is the way it is. Right? This is the way it is. Now you got new Super Mario Bros. What other Mario contraption they got out? They got to put Mario in every game, man. Now Mario's in Zelda. Imagine.
Series S, right?
Mario Breath of Wild.
Why can't that version run on 60? It's not my problem anymore because I'm going to play.
All right, I'm done, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, bro, consoles are still, if you're looking for a place to play games, no matter if it's 30, 60 FPS, great quality games that you'll more likely see on PC at an affordable option of $300 to $500, consoles still provide that sum of value. Xbox provides a little bit more value with the Game Pass, Ultimate, Day Ones, yada yada. So the service is, in my opinion, way better than Sony. The exclusives, like I said, that's kind of subjective and what you decide. But hey, it is what it is, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, and continue to play video games.